Okay. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Collector Cave. What we got for us today? It's backwards. Backwards. Batman Beyond. So, I've been promising this video review for a long time. And now I'm finally going to be able to do it. So, forgive the technology. It's just the easiest way for me to do it. It's quick, painless. I've been sitting on this for quite a while. So, I checked it out quickly. I will say, make sure you have plenty of band-aids on hand for this one. But it's a really nice figure. So, crack it open. This is the San Diego Comic-Con Batman Beyond exclusive from Mezco Toys. Lovely box. I really like the back. I like the artwork they chose. Got the golden Mezco seal. Fun, so. Alright, let's see what we got in here. Now, one thing I always like about the Mezco boxes is they do a really nice job with the embossing of certain parts. I like that everything's all shiny. See that? See the shininess? See that? See the gloss coating? Very nice. I like that. I like the matte black with the gloss coating. It just looks nice. Now, you guys will probably scream at me for this, but obviously I have 35 Mezco figures in my collection, which means that my wife will destroy me if I put another box in the garage. So I have gotten rid of my regular Mezco boxes. I keep the exclusive boxes. So don't freak out too much. I do keep the exclusive boxes. So I have a couple of these. Just because, you know, I'm not, let's not get crazy. Okay. All right. And here he is. Let's open him up. See what we got. Of course, I pull it too hard and everything pops out. All right. So how does your typical review go? So basically, what I'm looking at here is I am trying to just angle my computer so you can see everything. Okay. We've got 3 very nice Batarangs. Really nice paint applications on it. Nice shiny red. I like that. Red's my favorite color. So I really like this. Forgive the lighting, but I will show you again. Nice shiny red. Looks very nice. Okay, now there's 3 of those. So we got that, and we got 2 more. Okay, we got 3 of those. Pardon me. We've got our blast effects that go on the boots. And rockets, very cool. See that? Translucent plastic. And we've got 3 pairs of hands overall. 2 separate pairs of hands that come in the box. We've got the open hand to hold on to our Batarang here, which I will slide right in. Now you'll just be a little delicate with that. But there you go. So we've got that. And we've got our open claw hands. You can see. Not very well, but you can see. Just take a look there. All right, now I will tell you, you know, there's some nice glossy detailing here on the palm here, like on the top of the hand right there, and we got a nice matte finish for the rest. So really, it does a nice job, makes it look like armor. Very nicely done. Really, they did a good job with this. So that brings me to the alternate head. Now, one thing I will say, I definitely give this figure a pass, just to give you guys an idea. So I do a pass or fail. That's just for me. You know, it's just, I think it's less complicated. What's the point of doing 7 out of 10 or 5 out of 10 or whatever? It's either a pass or a fail, because I think it leaves it open for preference, because everybody's preferences are different. So it leaves it open for your preference as well. But this is the head portrait that we get that does not come on a figure itself. So this is the second head, which is nice. Now, I see, this is what I'm talking about, Mezco. Okay, what I like is when they do a significantly different face. So it's not that different, but it's still like, you know, that's the one that comes with, and then he's got that. Which, okay, yeah, that's acceptable to me. Okay, I got it. I like that. All right, it gives you the opportunity to be more expressive with the figures. It really, I don't know. It just, I you know, like I hate it when they come with the figures when the figures come with the head portraits where you don't have much of a change in the facial expression. Like, for example, for one thing, Aquaman does not come with another head portrait, which drives me crazy. I really wish it did, but it doesn't. That drives me nuts. So I like that it comes with this face, and it comes with your regular. Hi, how are you? You know, it's different enough for me. Okay? I wish the mouth were open, like, but what are you gonna do? Like Wonder Woman, for example. And again, I come back to Wonder Woman because that is the worst figure they've done, in my opinion. Her face is, those are the two head portraits she comes with. That drives me nuts. They did the same thing with what looks like the Netflix Daredevil, where his face is, and then that's the only difference. That's ridiculous. Stop that. Stop doing that. Give us a different expression. Give us I don't care. Just give us two different portraits that don't look alike. What's the point? Anyway, all right. So we got. I told you to bring plenty of band-aids when you open this figure. These things are sharp. So now this is a really nicely done figure. I like the details. I like the articulation. So far, so good. All right, so we'll start with the ab crunch, because that's my favorite part. Ab crunch. There's a decent amount going forward. Not as much going back, but enough to get your point across, I think. There we go. So, not bad. Now, the one thing I will say is the way they design the upper torso, you have your abdominal joint, and then you have the upper torso joint, you know, with the chest, the upper chest area. And what it seems to me that they do, and I don't take the cloth off of the figures, I don't want to mess with it that way. You customizers, more power to you. Some of you guys do an amazing job with the customs. But with this particular figure, you know, I feel like I don't want to push it too far. I think the backpack kind of limits the backward motion a little bit. But what I have found is there tends to be a little bit more leeway in the front. So when they do the cut for the torso joint, it's sort of like a higher arch, which allows it to, there's a more movement involved where the two joints meet. So if you have the arch up here, it can slide forward more. If it's flatter in the back, it's not going to slide back as much. So that to me is just, you know, whatever. That's how they chose to do it. One thing I want to check, which I always check, you know, on my Mezco figures for whatever reason. So as you can see, legs are good. Now, for whatever reason, I don't know if you guys experience this, my Wolverine figures, almost every single one of them, I think my Deadpool and my Daredevil and Flash, actually, I know, and the Saturday Night Batman, their left legs are longer than their right leg. I don't know why that is. I don't know if that has to do with the base, but their left legs are longer than their right leg, which is weird. Anyway, so this is a really nice figure. Okay, now I'm sorry for the lighting and everything. I will work on that, but I just wanted to put this out there because I've been promising it for so long. So we're going to check out the legs. Get some nice movement up. Get the elbows. All right, so legs come up about that much, bend about that much, ankles pivot forward about that much. Now, it bunches a little bit, so be careful. Like when you're posing it for the first time, the fabric seems to bunch a little at the knees, which is fine. I mean, you have to expect that. It's not plastic, so it's not going to hold its shape. What I found also, like with my Daredevil figure, Deadpool, the cloth tends to stretch when you leave it in one pose for an extended period of time. So there's really nothing much to be done about that. And from what I can see, it's just, that's just what you have to be prepared for with the soft goods. These are, they're delicate. They're sculptural. They're really not, toys. It's just that they're sculptural, which is part of the I would say it's probably one of the main things that appeals to me about these figures. Shoulder joints go up like this, not bad. So this gives you a really nice range of motion, get some really dynamic poses in there. It goes up a little further, but I don't want to break it. It's about as high as I can get it without comfortably. So that's not bad. That's really nice. All right, arms go backwards like this. Then they're going to go all the way around. I mean, obviously they're going to do that. I just don't want to pull the fabric. But then now, when you are rotating the arms up, what I like to do is as I rotate, I twist the cloth so that it doesn't pull as much. Because on these particular figures, on the Mezco figures, if you guys are new to Mezco, basically you've got your cloth, your soft goods, and it's going to pull. So just be careful when you're raising the arms up, because when you do that, it's going to pull the fabric. So I like to just gently twist the fabric back into its shape as I raise up the arms so that it doesn't stretch it out a lot. It only gives you a little bit. As you can see, you might be able to see there's a little bit of creasing here in the armpits. So it gets really good range of motion, as you can see with the arms. Now this is going back that way, sort of thunderclap style. So not bad, really nice. And the body is done nicely. I like the body, I like the proportions. And now I don't know if you guys got a chance to see my live video with the Doctor Strange. I will do one on YouTube as well, just so that I can share it. I'll do another review. I'm going to try to download it if I can, because I like that video. But the only one that I think is similar to Doctor Strange is the MDX Joker body. Otherwise, and I have to check it out. I haven't actually seen it, without the jacket. All right, so we go back to Batman Beyond here. So far the body type is really nice. I like the decisions that they made. To me, this is one of the better figures in terms of the way it's proportioned. Captain America, for example, or the Punisher, they're very broad shouldered and everything. It's a little disproportionate in my opinion. But that's just, that's a personal preference. Nothing against that. So we can get some really dynamic poses, which is nice. So now let's pop in the effects on the feet. See what that looks like. See what that looks like. Whoa! Okay. Okay. So nice. So what I can do, let's do a landing. Pretty cool. Nice effects. Very decent. Better than decent. All right, not bad. Not bad at all. I like that. They have nice detail. I mean, the fabric, the way they do whatever it is they do for the applique, it's a latex-based applique from the look of it. So what they do is they probably have like a they probably spray it or dip it or something, and they coat it with a glue or some sort of adhesive onto the main soft good costume, and then they pour the latex to adhere to the fabric, because it does a nice job. It doesn't flake off. I mean, so far, like on some of the other ones when they started to do that, the applique does not flake off. It doesn't chip or anything. It stays pretty nicely. I like also that if you can see here, you get this shiny part of the boot, and then there's a matte paint application to, that's not even paint, it looks like that's just the molded plastic. So what they did is they put they did a paint app for the shiny part of the boot, and they left the rest matte. So it adds a nice texture to it, and looks really good. Love the red on the bat symbol. Nice shiny red, very strong, no chipping, no spotting of any kind. Nice little, the tool belt's really nice also. They did a really nice, see, one thing I also love, Mezco really does pay attention to their paint apps. Like, that's one thing I think it's difficult to control on the Marvel Legends scale because they have such a mass-produced process to them. So you have somebody sitting at a table, basically, just taking a figure, next, taking a figure, next, taking a figure, next. That's what they do. So it's nice to see that, for what Mezco does. I would say that, like, even just the details in the tool belt are flawless. I mean, they really are flawless. The paint applications for the eyes are flawless. To me, it looks really nice. So that brings us to the backpack, because that's what I would like to get to next. Wings. Here we go. So getting the wings out of the box here. Now they put the stand in the back, which is also cool. Appreciate that. You got the wings. Look at this. Very nice. Very nice. Nice paint application. So looks good. Very cool. Just so we can do it, let's have a little fun, because it's our world, isn't it? Like, okay, in case you haven't noticed, I like Bob Ross. In fact, I love Bob Ross, just like I love Mr. Rogers. And so you'll probably find me quoting the amazing and wonderful Bob Ross quite often, but it is our world, people. So we are going to get a nice dramatic. Now I'm also pulling off the pegs for the hand so we can see how everything gets stuck on now. It has a nice snug fit so far from what I have found. Pops on nicely. And then you just kind of wiggle it. You play with it just to get it into the position that you want. Twist. We've got the, sort of I'm aiming with my fingers kind of thing going on. Let's get that up like that. All right, now we're going to pop out the backpack. Let's see how easy this is. Okay. All right, you got to be careful with this part. It's nice and snug, and you just sort of wiggle it gently and pop it off. I'm going to break it. Be careful. It's an $85 toy. All right. All right, there we snap. It snaps in nicely. There we go. Got the wings. Very cool. So I'm going to put that down for 1 sec, like that. Now, this is another thing I love about the Mezco figures, as you guys can see here. No problem. I really like this. Marvel Legends are a pain in the ass to stand up sometimes. They really are. Drives me nuts. Half of my Marvel Legends figures fall over constantly. I got to put some sticky tack or something on them to just get them to stop doing that. It drives me crazy. So next what we're going to do, pop out the little peg on the stand. Now, it's a nice looking stand. If I can get it out. There we go. Jeez, that's a tough one. All right. Stand is nice. I will say there's a little chip here on the stand, but not the end of the world. As you can see, nice reflection. About that. Now the camera work I wish was better, but I keep delaying this and delaying this and delaying this, and I want to get it done. All right. For those of you again new to Mezco, all the Mezco figures come with a really nice display stand and base. Now, in my opinion, on an action figure, for what it is and for the cost of the item, this is one of the best action figure stands that I have come across personally. So I love these stands. I think that Mezco has done an excellent job designing them. It fits nice and snug into the base. You can adjust the tightness of the arm joints here on the stand to make the figure do whatever it is that you want it to do. So what we're going to do with Batman, I feel like a rocket pose with a slight torso pivot, and let's see how we do ahead. All right. Joint on the head. There we go. Now, I don't need to really describe the joints to you guys, do I? I mean, we're all familiar with some of the basic action figure joints and how everything's constructed. But for those of you that aren't, so the way Mezco seems to design their figures, which I think is really nice, is there's a separate neck joint, like a neck socket, and a neck piece that fits into the torso. And then they have a ball joint at the top, kind of similar to the Hot Toys engineering, almost. I feel like it's a little reminiscent of that, at least with my Christopher Reeve Hot Toy figure. which is the only one I have, so I can't really speak with 100% accuracy to it. The socket, there's a neck socket that fits inside the torso here to allow the neck to move and give you that extra and more natural pivoting. See, like the way he moves, the way his head tilts and pivots, very natural, and I like that. I think it's really nice because it can give you some really, really nice poses here. So I'm popping in the effects for the rockets onto the feet, like so. Tilting the chest. I want a little pivot down. He's looking down, right leg up, left hand out, ready to throw that batarang. Let's see how that looks. Stand, close the clamp, and we've got Batman Beyond. I'm gonna leave it like this for now. What do you guys think? Definite pass. Definite pass. Now, unfortunately, this guy here, he hasn't gotten a lot of love. I don't think. I don't see him getting enough love. Show him some love. Really, show him some love. Everybody's freaking out about the Punisher, and Punisher was going for crazy prices on eBay and everything else in the secondary market. And I've seen the Punisher prices start coming down. But Batman Beyond's pricing was originally low to begin with. Everybody was trying to unload him for 125 bucks. At least a lot of people were trying to unload him just for 125 bucks. I think that's disappointing. This is a fantastic figure. This is a really, really nice Batman. I love it. I think it's excellent. I really do. I would definitely try to add this bad boy to your collection. It's a beautiful piece. Even if you're not a Batman Beyond fan, I think it's worth it personally. I would highly recommend this one. I would say probably my second favorite Batman so far. Now, I haven't cracked open my Dark Knight Returns Batman. I got that. So I'm very excited to open that one. Maybe I'll do a video for that because it's been a long time since that's been released. So now I have every Batman figure so far. I've got my Armored Batman, I've got the Batman Beyond, I've got the Batman vs. Superman Batman, I've got an Ascending Knight Batman. So now I have a DKR Batman as well, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that's all the Batmans that they've released so far. So this is a very happy addition to my collection. Just to give you a sense of scale so that I don't destroy my shelf. Let me just take this off. Got my Ascending Knight Batman. Give you an idea, side by side. All right, now this is the MDX Batman Day Batman. That's the one I chose. Previews one is nice too, but I did not get that because I feel like it's a little redundant. I don't want three of the same exact Batmans. I like the fact that he's different. Move over, Flash. Okay. So I love Batman Beyond. Great figure. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. Please be kind. This is my first one doing it this way. So I'm going to probably do the rest at my office where there's better lighting and I have the conference room to myself. So I will take care of doing it there most likely next time. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this very first launch review from Collector Cave. Welcome to the Collector Cave. The idea is that I try to be realistic about my reviews of my figures. I try to give you my best impression of what they've done. I also like to incorporate the design and the decisions that they made in making the figure. I think that's really important as a collector to appreciate, in my opinion, because anybody can just pick up a figure off the shelf and add it to their collection. But there's a lot that goes into it. Now, I have a background in manufacturing and design. I used to be in toy design many years ago. So for me, I have a little bit of a different perspective on it. I kind of, I have a basic understanding of how this came to be. So I can appreciate the design decisions that were made in creating the figure, why they may have thought of it the way they did, and hope you guys enjoy it. So that's it. Thank you for watching this very first official review of the Mezco Toys Batman Beyond San Diego Comic-Con exclusive figure from Collector Cave. And take care. See you next time.